Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 1139. Write Better, Faster. I have to give a presentation in October, I believe, on writing better, faster. And I'm preparing some notes, and I came up with think. It's one of the most important things you can do. Think. Know what you're going to write before you write it. Know what you're going to say. Know how the story goes. That is the best thing you can do for improving your writing speed. Because sitting there staring at your computer, wondering what's next, doesn't help anything. There are three elements to writing fast. There's the physical speed, there's the clarity, and then there's the quality. And I quote Wyatt Earp here: slow is smooth and smooth is fast. So, physical speed. I can type 50 words a minute. However, there's the backspace key in there, and I do have a tendency to miscue and then backspace, and so it interrupts my process of jamming away. So the physical speed, there's a physical limitation. I can't go beyond 50 words a minute, and then there's still those miscues. So if I can ignore those, which I don't because I edit as I go, then I could manage 50, but then it would need an extra amount of editing because there'd be so many miscues, words would be incomprehensible. So your physical ability, maybe slowing down to 30 words a minute and not having to use the backspace key as much, which is my new methodology, because my fingers, just a touch of arthritis, just a touch of Dupuytren's, and it makes typing not as smooth. So I'm shooting for 30 words a minute without having to backspace, without having to try to figure out what this word is that's just hammered a bunch of keys. You also have clarity. Clarity is typos, homonyms, here, there, that making sure those are right. It's making sure I put the apostrophe in there. It's like when I text my son, of course I use full words and no LOLs and HFPs and whatever the heck else acronyms are out there and 3-letter assignments. I type the full thing. So I type it correctly the first time. That's my whole thing. And that clarity makes it easier when you're rereading. Okay, that doesn't exactly portray what I'm going for, which then goes to quality. Quality is the story flows. You have the continuity. You don't have open threads. So when you've added something in, you can close it later or make sure that character is addressed. If a character is in one scene, and those characters didn't leave that scene, then that character must be in the next scene. Or you have to figure out a way to account for that character moving out of the scene. Continuity. If you have too many of those miscues, you're going to lose the reader, and they're like, what the hell? How many times do we have to have this disappearing act going on before we can figure out who's where and what are they doing? Don't do that. You have the physical speed. If you dictate, you can do like 200 words a minute. But once again, I don't write that way. I make too many adjustments as I go. So I've tried dictating. I can dictate some good notes, but I cannot dictate the whole story. 200 words a minute. If you could take it directly from your brain, that might be 500 words a minute, 1,000 words a minute, but we can't do that yet. So we have to put it into the reader's brain, and they can read a hell of a lot faster than we can write. So 50 words a minute, in my case, shooting for 30 words a minute. Now, 30 words a minute consistently over 10 minutes is 300 words. Over 60 minutes is 1,800 words. And a good hour, I shoot for 1,500 words in a good hour, and my target for the day is 2,000. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Consistency and continuity is your friend. So as you're typing slower and flowing better and maintaining pace for 5-10 minutes at a time before taking a break, 1 to 2 minutes to think. So I take Stanley for a walk and we'll think about what's next. And then when I get back, I'm jamming, because 10 focused minutes, that's 300 words, 300 good words, which is important. You write the best book you can as quickly as you can. So if you're sitting around staring at your computer, not writing, that doesn't count as writing time. I know we have a good joke about staring at a computer for 8 hours and not actually getting any words. That still counts as writing. No, it really doesn't. It doesn't help you. Your value per hour goes way down. And we want a lot of value for our hours of typing. So if you can type for 10 minutes at 30 words a minute, you're going to have a really great hour of production. 1,500 words and that's taking breaks, eating snacks, drinking coffee, all the good stuff that keeps you going. Taking Stanley for a walk, coming back in, getting those words. I got 5,800 words yesterday, or the day before. I got 3,500 words yesterday. So it's the very end of the story. Everything's fine. I know exactly what's going to happen, so I'm just typing. And that goes very, very quickly. So that's how you do it. Write better, faster. You think, you know what you're going to write next, and then you write it. You write it as quickly as you can type, but with accuracy. And then by knowing what you're going to write and accounting for the characters, you get the flow. So you have the physical aspect of getting it down. You have the clarity in what's on the page. And then you have the quality in that it actually looks like a story. That's how you do it. Peace, fellow humans.